Aston Martin coming around the hairpin.
Now this car, Victor, was brand spanking new before our Teretonga round. That was its first ever race.
Right.
And obviously it won the race down there. They then took it to the North Island for the Golden Homes Endurance Series up there a couple of weeks ago. Finished third up there.
You said they won in Teretonga, but let's be fair, it wasn't by much, was it?
I think it was half a second after 3 hours.
Half a second after 3 hours.
Straight out dogfight. Fastest car gets pole. Doesn't matter whether you set it in the first session or the second session.
Right. So we're watching Johnny probably on screen.
Yep, that's the Gilbertson JMR car. So as we alluded to earlier on, Simon's not feeling that well this weekend, so he's handed his driving gloves over to Nick Ross, who's going to be taking the wheel of that. Just on screen there now, we've got the Signature Homes Hyundai TCR car. They're back and looking for some redemption this weekend.
Yes.
The car behind that in shot is the M Development's TCR V-Dub Golf. Now they had an absolutely wicked race with the Track Tech Racing Audi down at Teretonga, so they'll be looking for for another win in that little battle.
Yeah.
Now we see the Nick Ross and Johnny McIntyre car go to the top of the timesheets. So just to reiterate the point, that's a different car to the one that the Carter's Tyres team had last year.
Yep.
They had the older spec car,
Sure.
and these boys have introduced this later generation car, and this is its first event in New Zealand. So again, really exciting for the Carter's Tyres South Island Endurance Series to have that level of commitment from our teams.
Right.
So this car's looks like it's been driven by the scruff of the neck at the moment, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's Greg Murphy and behind the wheel.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if when it comes across the stripe here that it's a pretty damn quick time.
Let's have a look. Lot bit quicker.
Yeah, a second quicker. So he's the
quicker.
first car in this session to go under the 120. So these guys are getting run by the International Motorsport team here in New Zealand. They're running 3 of the top cars in this race, so they're a bit of interfirm rivalry, really, isn't it? They all want to be the team that wins. So
yep. Now look at how much track he's using there. He's got the foot down to the floor. Up to the main sweeper, coming back onto the straight. Seems like no time that he's gone around this track. Here he comes. He's got the foot down flat. What's this time going to be? Is it going to be P1? Has he done enough? There it is, 119.136.
So we're here with Alex Riberas. You guys were second on the grid for pole position, but it was super tight. I mean, 0.2 of a second in it.
Yeah, hello Adam. It feels really good to be here at Rapuna. It's my first time here, and everyone had been telling me how special this place is, how fun the track is, and I could feel it in the simulator already, but the real deal is a lot better. So very happy with P2 today. I think the difference between the Audi and our Aston Martin Vantage have been reduced. The guys did a fantastic job yesterday, which was a very tough day for us, trying to find out some issues that we had, some electronical issues and technical issues. But all praise to them for working so hard, and big thanks to Aston Martin as well for helping us a lot.
So I've got the provisional pole sitters for the 3-hour race here, Johnny Reid and Neil Foster. I mean, that was exceptionally fast, that last session. I mean, 7 cars were in either 20 deadish or 19, or what did you do?
In the first session we did a 18 flat, and in the second session opted not to run.
So that was a pretty damn good time. That's miles under the lap record. You've got to be happy with that.
Oh, absolutely. And remember, last year we did an 18.1, so it was right down there with that. So great to beat that. The car's performing really well. Quite warm as well today. Probably going to be the warmest race we've had over the last 3 years. So it'll be interesting to see how all the cars handle that, and obviously the drivers as well. It's quite warm inside the cockpit. Neil's done a really good run. He's done his personal best as well, so we're really pleased as a group, and the team's really focused, so it's going to be exciting.
The grid's looking pretty good. They're all bunched up. Even the Peugeot's there, full noise. And we will be racing. We've got to be racing. Yes, we are racing. Oh, look at the Camaro. Johnny Max put it up the inside. He's going to have a look. He wants to take this race on, and he's taken it before turn 1. How much power's he got? That thing wound up to. My goodness. Come around turn 1 clear, and the Camaro's just taken off. What has happened there? Johnny McIntyre, he's such a fierce competitor though. He's more than happy to lay the gauntlet down and go 110% right from the first lap, even though it's 3 hours. Because we go, having a look at it again. Oh, he's come off at the hairpin. Okay, we've got the Porsche in the pits. Maybe they've got an issue there. Something's broken.
You had a bit of a spin there, or what happened? What went wrong?
No, we seem to have a problem going down the gearbox. You know, we clutch going down the box and flat shift going up. For some reason, when you go down the gearbox, it gets between gears. So when you're going from fourth to third, it kind of gets between the two gears, and you can imagine what sort of noise it makes when it's doing that. So look, rather than blow a gearbox to smithereens, take it from the pits, I think.
It looks like there was an incident between one of the back runners and one of the Audis. We've got a safety car on track. Okay, there's the Audi in the pits. I'm pretty sure it's the number 10 car. Yes, it is. That's the Fawcett Fillmore car. It's collected one of the tail gunners there, and you can see there's a wee bit of damage, but race tape will sort that out. Oh, look at that. That's just make you cry, wouldn't it? So they're racing again, and away goes the Camaro. The Aston's taken the opportunity to get the nose up. He's going to have a look. Yeah, he should take that position. I think right, so the Fawcett Fillmore car is now dropped down to 19th place. So that damage has cost them quite a bit. So they've got a lot of work to do. Oh, we've got action on the track. That is the Foster Reed car. It's stopped, and that's heading into the hairpin. It's in a terrible spot there. That's going to bring out a safety car, I'm sure. They're pushing the Audi back into its pit garage, so...
It just seems that it's broken a rear shaft, just lost drive. Came off the curb as per normal and went to change into third and just nothing happened.
So you'll obviously be able to change that and get back out, yeah?
I think they're hoping to.
The race tape's not looking so good on number 10, but they're on a mission to get back some of the places they've lost. Oh, that's the Rickaby car and Rickaby Road's car. They've had they blew a gearbox in Teretonga, and they had issues. I think third and fourth synchros, I think, had eaten themselves. That doesn't look that great. Has he been driving with the handbrake on? Now that won't bother Tim. He'll have that sorted in no time. It's looking pretty hot though, and so is Tim. He will have been driving the wheels off it, literally, as you can see.
We've got Leighton here, who's the driver of the little Peugeot, one of the most reliable cars in the field. What's happened here?
I had an issue with the brakes, and the brakes went out, and we've come in with the brakes, and then had a couple of flames when we arrived at the pits. So, yeah, not the best.
But you've got the Tim on there as the mechanic and the super driver, so you're going to be able to fix this?
We'll find out, won't we? We'll find out. I imagine if we can, we will, but we'll know more soon.
Here with Glenn Smith, obviously we're seeing water going into McLaren. That's not good. What's happened?
Yeah, something happened on their restart. Just lost power. Had no boost at all. We think there's an intercooler pump, circulation pump or something. I think might have failed. So they're just looking at that now. But yeah, it's a bit disappointing because we're looking really tidy before that.
Okay, we're just looking at the Camaro now. A puff of smoke coming out after turn 1. Is it Tyres? Is it? Oh, I don't know. So one assumes. I mean, they'll be on the radio. Okay, the Camaro's into the pits. It's looking like a standard stop. They've got the boot open, so there's still smoke coming out the back of it. Like a lot of smoke coming out the back of it. So that's obviously, it might just be a hose off something like a diff oil. I assume that's Nick getting in the car, is it?
Yeah, that's Nick. Johnny Bowdingham in.
There's quite a bit of smoke in the car as well. and you don't want to be in there. It's not looking. They're not looking happy. They're not looking happy. That's a real pity. No, shut it down, I think is the message. So that's given the race lead to Heart of Racing. Now, Darren, I think, is still out there. Okay, the Peugeot's out. Never give up, you see. Never give up.
So we're here with Jaden Ransley, who's driving the Signature Homes TCR car. So what's happened?
Yeah, we got an engine coolant issue, so obviously not good on a hot day like today. So yeah, just to be sure, we'll come in and check it over. It's the second time it's happened, so yeah, we'll try and go over it and get back out there and get some extra points. But yeah, it's not looking good at the moment, so hopefully we can get it fixed.
Hour and 20, and he's 40 seconds ahead of Dwayne Carter. And now that looked like a pretty good stop. Right, let's watch this pit stop. Changing 4 tyres. Those ones are toast. Dwayne will be getting out. He'll be a bit exhausted. There's no mistaking that helmet. And this is about to get exciting. We're going to watch, a true New Zealand motorsport legend around the circuit at Ruapuna. There he goes, Greg Murphy. So let's keep an eye on him. Be interesting to see how far back they are. They were about 40 seconds before the pit stops all happened. The Leach or West cars jumped up into second place. Safety cars on track. Now, that makes things a little bit interesting, doesn't it? So, here comes the Anthony Lee's Paul Kelly Porsche into the pits. This has worked out very well for them.
Yeah, they're doing a good job today.
Doing a good job, yeah.
Away.
Stop. And Paul's, it's lit it up. Better be careful, Paul. They got the radar gun down there.
Got the Audi TCR in
Yep,
there too.
the Audi TCR's coming in. Is that
the Shah? So they got Lachlan in, and they're going to put Rowan in.
Yep.
Rowan's done a wee bit overseas in TCR too, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he can't quite remember the team name, but he drove a Volkswagen. I'm sure he went to Spa.
Right.
Obviously,
Okay.
all of his plans cancelled as well with what's going on around the world, doing the wheels on the front.
They got a problem on the front. Yeah, they've dropped the car too soon, I think. Yeah, that wheel's not on. Okay, the Peugeot's in and it's pulling into the garage again. So those boys have had a tough day.
Yeah, the GT4.
The GT4. But still a lovely car, isn't it? It's,
yeah. Well, the GT4s, the idea was to have an amateur class, and the GT3s. If you look at the GT3s, it's monsters for an amateur. I think.
Yeah. And it's going to be who's going to hit the gas pedal first. So, right, the Aston's gone. He says, I'm not going to wait around. The light's green.
So yeah, mainly just trying to find a good race pace, settle in, try to get into running up the front, and just try to put some distance on everyone else, and then hand the car over to Alex and see what he can do.
Half an hour to go. That's a long time in endurance racing, especially when it's the last half hour. So Class C is, what do they say, Scotty and Craig McDermott. So, yeah, interesting. The Class C cars all still going, which is traditionally the hand grenade class. So you quite often
the home-built specials.
The home-built specials, and they don't make it to the end. Okay, there's the Peugeot on track, running second in class. I think they missed their flyover while they were in the pits. There was a
so that's Leighton in the car.
That's Leighton in the car.
The brakes caught fire.
Greg's still pushing wide. He's got the lights flashing. He's hard out after that. That's the second of the yeses. Coming into the sweeper. T86 needs to get out of the way. Okay, we've got, as we predicted, splash and dash. Bit of fuel going into the harder racing car. Greg will know about that. His team will have been on the radio, and I think they will have suspected it. So the question will be, where is the Mercedes when he comes out, and does the Mercedes need fuel or not? There's the Mercedes, just come onto the straight, so he'll now see the Heart of Racing car, and Greg will be inspired. So here comes the, so you can see there's Brendan, and there's so that's P3 on the screen at the moment, and that is P1 behind him. So he's most of a lap down. Just parts of the track he looked closer, doesn't he? And then obviously in other parts it's stretching out a wee bit. 2 hours 51 on the clock, so we've got 9 minutes to go. It's probably about 6 or 7 laps. The Merc is in the pits. The Merc is in the pits. Splash and dash. It was a good bluff while it lasted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can hear Murph roaring past our position here. So that gives Alex a whole lot more comfort. Merc comes out on the straight.
Which is good.
Yep. So 15 still running out of 25. So 10 cars that have had issues of some sort. Oh, that's it. That's the checkered flag.
Wow.
So pretty much dot on the money as far as time is concerned. So a well-deserved victory for Heart of Racing. Another podium for them. It's great. Yeah. So
series look good.
Yeah, end of 3 hours and you're on the number 1 position. You must be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, it's been a very full-on day. Yesterday, still working on the car and trying to get things right, and today we finally nailed it, and team's done an incredible job setting this thing up. It was luxury to drive. It's performed perfectly today, and yeah, handed over to Alex, and he's done an amazing job as well.
Big smile on Alex Riberas' face. You've obviously had a great time today.
Oh, I mean, who cannot love a day like this, right? It's a big turnaround of events for us. Yesterday was really a hard day. One of those days that everything seems to be against you, and it turns out we actually did a great job. The team was absolutely phenomenal, and I think this victory goes to them for what they did. I mean, it's a phenomenal job. So big thanks to IMS. It's the dream team, let's say, and to Aston Martin, of course, for helping us so much and turning around everything. Finally, I would say Darren is the star of the day. The highlight of the day, and I'm super happy to be his teammate. He did it very easy for me.
Right, and so 2 weeks to turn it around again.
Yes, I mean this doesn't stop, and we keep on learning. It is still a very young program, right? So we are still learning every race, discovering new things, working hard with Darren in the simulator. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back home. We're going to keep on working and keep enjoying this amazing championship.
Great. We've got our second place getters over here, which is Dwayne Carter and Greg Murphy.
Obviously Alex was pretty quick and tried to save the fuel, but it was going to be, we were going to run out in the end. So anyway, it's fine. It was great. Dwayne drove brilliantly, stayed out of trouble, brought the car back in on the lead lap and bloody right there. So it was great.
You look very cool, calm and collected, Greg.
Done it once or twice.
You must be pretty pleased. First time out for a new car, and didn't win it, but you were pretty close.
Yeah, very pleased. It's awesome to have Greg in the car driving, so learning a lot of him and stuff. But the car was pretty flawless the whole race, really.
So obviously Timaru's coming up in 2 weeks. A little bit of work to do, or is the car just give it a wash and bring it out again?
Oh, it looks like we'll just give it a wash. We haven't hit anyone, which is pretty good. No marks on the car, so yeah.
Great, all right. It's an awesome looking car, and it's great to see you guys out there. You know, obviously it's the Carter's Tyre Service Series, so it's brilliant to have you back for this round.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Cheers. Third place, I mean, second, third in a row, but some pretty stiff competition today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Christina did a fantastic job at the start of the race, and then when I hopped in the car, we were very tight for fuel. But really, it was just about managing it and just trying to get to the end. I think the other cars had a few little dramas, and we were the most consistent out there. I think.
and just saving everything we could right till to get across the line.
So the end of the race, you were watching from the pits there, and it all looked pretty smooth. But you said there was a little problem with the gearbox, but it obviously made it home okay.
Yeah, no, it did. The duct tape stopped the bit that was flapping him, actually blocking the air intake. So his gearbox temperatures were a lot cooler than mine. So we're pretty lucky there. So onwards and upwards, and bring on Timaru.
So for the series, obviously it's a 3-round series. You've got 2/3. I mean, the points are going to be still tight for that final, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're definitely in the fight with Johnny having that issue and being a few laps down. I really don't know the position he finished in, and having a much quicker car, we'll just have to see how we go in the next one. But yeah, I think we've got a pretty good little pairing here, and we'll give it a crack anyway.